The Lemon Squeeze Show is here to inspire, empower, and illuminate women around the globe. As entrepreneurs, role models, warriors, the glue that holds families together, trendsetters, career women, and mothers of the earth, we face obstacles daily. We conquer the inevitable. We persevere beyond measure. And we flourish unapologetically. It's a fact that life will bring you lemons. It's a choice for you to make lemonade. Welcome to the Lemon Squeeze Show. That's what JoJo knows.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
As we're taking selfies.
Yes, taking selfies. That's the thing now.
Yes, absolutely.
That is so awesome. So, like,
How you doing?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's the end of the month. Bills are due.
Oh my gosh!
My first mortgage payment's coming up.
But it's exciting though.
No, it's never exciting. To
It's
pay
exciting.
bills.
I like, that's like gold. You know how they got the little memes now on Instagram and Facebook. That's gold for someone to say. She want to say, "Pay my rent." It's time to say that.
Okay.
It's
you
time
right.
to feel that.
You are right.
I love it.
It's a goal to say mortgage payment.
Yes.
It's a bigger goal to say mortgage paid, no bill. So, coming soon.
Yes. Well, it gotta happen.
Yeah, one day.
So what's
I just since we're talking about mortgage,
yes.
if you are planning on buying a house or you're purchasing a house, or no, you have a mortgage, look into where you can pay twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 1st and the 15th, because it cuts down like 7 to 10 years of your mortgage, and a lot of people don't know that.
Oh wow.
So yes, I did find that out from a friend, and I signed up.
That's awesome.
I think you can do it with
drop
your card
some knowledge
too.
on me.
Yeah, it knocks, because you pay more of your principal versus the interest, so it knocks your mortgage down almost a decade.
Wow.
So do that. Don't let these people get all your money.
Note taken.
Yes, absolutely.
Note taken.
And another thing, let's see, February 1st is my son's birthday. He'll be 17.
Oh my gosh, 17. I remember when he was like, I think I came into you guys' life when he was probably like maybe 5. Because I remember
it was before 5.
Because I remember he wrote on your wall, and you were like, "Oh my gosh!" I think that's when I first met you. Like, when
No, I
so
think
he was young.
he was like 1.
That was like 1. Okay,
Yes.
and he's
Is
wow.
that when you got the Yorkie that was like
No,
slow?
that was.
I had a Yorkie, and the Yorkie was like, it's something wrong. There was something wrong with it. It kind of fits her personality, being in the health field. Like, she wanted to care for this Yorkie, and so
Oh my gosh, a Mercedes.
Yes,
That was his
yes. I gave her the Yorkie. I didn't even charge her. Here,
It was so funny. You were like,
she's
you want
yours.
you want the dog? You want? And I felt so good having. I was like, yes. And it
ask
was,
her where Mercedes is.
oh my goodness, I had to give her away. She was so busy. She was, so, but
That's
she
a
was
nice way of putting it.
She was so busy, but she was so loving though. Like, she really was. When I would drive and she would come in my lap, and
She was cute.
she was,
but
oh my goodness.
She was not all there.
Mm.
No.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, memories.
Memories,
But yeah,
right?
that's another topic, like for another show. Because
What?
oh my gosh, we go like
Purchasing
way back.
the right dog.
Yeah, that too.
Yes, because no, maybe not, because people might say, Joe, you've had so many dogs. Where are they?
Oh my goodness, yeah, you have.
Oh my goodness.
And they were always so cute and little.
yes, and then
Oh
they
my
were out.
goodness.
They received an eviction notice real quick. Like, don't play with me.
Oh my gosh, the last one.
Oh.
The cute fluffy white one, and used to get the paws pink and oh my
The
goodness.
Maltese I had.
Yeah.
That dog cost me $2,500, and something was wrong with her too. But I sold her for like, I think I got half.
Listen,
But she went to the hair salon more than me, because she was all white, the Maltese.
Yes.
Beware, if you ever want to buy a Maltese, they are very high maintenance. And I literally had to take her to get groomed once a week, and it was $40 for them to comb out, blow dry that white hair. Have you ever seen a Maltese with dingy gray hair?
Oh my gosh, no.
Yes, so,
Wow.
But yeah, something was wrong with her too.
But I think that if it's any animal lovers or out there, you're gonna hear her story. She keeps saying something was wrong with the dogs. and so the animal lover's like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, it definitely wasn't a dog. It's not all the dogs. It can't be. It can't be.
Look, I'm like, but I can't say anything because I don't know.
But
I
yeah,
did have a good experience with. I forgot my dog.
Listen, again, animal lovers.
Just forget it. It's Black History Month.
It is. Oh my gosh. And speaking of Black History Month, I have to say that Taraji P. Henson is going to be playing oh my goodness. It just slipped. Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite female actress.
She's going to be playing Emmett. Is it Emmett Till?
See, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I can't help you with this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. Okay. But anyhow,
we'll find out, and then we'll let you know on the next show because it's Black History Month all month.
No, but I want to get the name
Just
right.
Get it right.
So, but anyhow, she's going to be playing the mother of him, and once I get the name, I am
next show next week. It's okay. Look,
oh my gosh,
it's okay. I know it's killing you. Or on the break, we'll find out, and then we'll bring it back. How about that?
Yes.
So speaking of, but while we're talking about Black History Month,
what's that here?
National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, a free community health event for February 17th. So this month it's going to be at the Holden Heights Community Center in Orlando, Florida. So if you're interested, they'll have family entertainment, important health information, snacks, movies, and even a webcast of the National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day campaign. So, and even better, everyone who tests for HIV will receive a gift card.
Oh, wow.
And the organization referring the most people for testing, confidential, of course, will receive a $100 gift card. So being smart, getting tested, and you get some money. Doesn't get any better than that.
It doesn't get any better than that. And you get to actually see your result. Is this the one that give you the results right away? Because I know like
I'm
some
sure,
of them.
Let's see. Yeah, well, it says the entire testing process takes about 15 minutes. So I'm sure it's probably the one. I'm not, completely educated or on top of, because they always have new stuff coming out about the testing. Mm-hmm. But I know the last time that a friend of mine was sharing, because they do the HIV testing, they were saying like you get the preliminary results like right then, and what it does is it either tells you absolutely you're in the clear or you need to go take additional testing, which doesn't mean that you're positive, but you might be. So if that's the same one, then you do get a result right there live.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's really awesome. And I know that is such a scary for a lot of people.
That's a good topic.
It's very scary. And you know my biological, father, which, he's very open about certain things, so it's not anything that, I can't speak on. But that's something that he contracted years ago. And so me growing up as a child in the house with, having to deal with my father going through that, I really know the importance of checking because, it is just something you want to make sure.
It's real life.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's out there. And even though we don't want to think about it or, not to put my son out there, but, we had a conversation because, he's 16. And it was like, wait a minute, boo. Because he was saying like, oh, I know she's clean, Mom. She looks clean. Nothing's wrong with her. Right. And it's like you can't tell from the outside no matter how good she looks, waist small, booty big, beautiful face, or the opposite, man, bada bing, bada boom, perfect
money,
skin, the
nice
perfect
house.
structure. Does not mean that he is not like dying inside of this disease. So we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
And in our community, oftentimes Black people do not get tested. Let's just keep it real.
That's true.
So
out of
go to this event.
Yeah. And what's the date again on that?
February 17th. And it's at the Holden Heights Community Center. And we'll remind you again because we have a few days.
Right.
So today's topic, let's talk about it.
Yes, let's get into today's topic.
Juggle, not fumble.
Juggle, not fumble. I like that. I like that one. Mm-hmm. That's a really good topic. That sounds interesting, What is it? So I was going to ask you, so what?
Oh, you going to ask me? So what? Like, you asking me? No. Y'all remember when I did that, right? I wasn't supposed to say that.
So what is the meaning behind that?
Juggle, not fumble. So when you think about, just me in general, like I was teen mother, which we talked about, both of us being young parents. So, you have to work, you have to provide for your home, you have a child, you're a parent, and then you have all these additional dreams, goals, desires that you want to do. How do you juggle all of them, still be successful, still be the great mom, still manage to hold down a job, still pay your bills, and still invest in yourself or take the time out, which is limited at this point, for you to still achieve and conquer?
That and all of what you just said is everything, the process from starting at 18, being a mom. So then, when you're young and you're a parent and trying to find yourself. So then now, you're mixing in trying to work, provide. Then now you realize that you have a dream you want to pursue.
Right.
Then you're trying to figure out how can you be there for the child and work so you can make the money to pay the bills. And then on top of, pursuing going back to school to be a nurse or whatever it is, right? Being an author,
How do you do it?
Juggling all of that is that was a real hard process, and I'm still learning. I'm definitely still learning, and that's something I pray. So that was what helped me, prayer, and then going through different things and open myself up to different people and asking questions, because I didn't have the answers, but I seen, someone else that I knew that seemed to be doing pretty well in life. And so I would ask questions like, well, how do you maintain, being an entrepreneur, and then when bills or kids and all that, how do you, and so I got answers. So I asked questions.
And I like the fact that you said ask questions. Even deeper than that, ask for help. Like, that was a lesson that I had to learn, because when you are independent, you get this, I don't know, superwoman, superman cape on, and being independent does not mean that you can't ask for help or support or assistance. And that was something that I struggled with, because, it was, you have that mindset like it's all up to me. This is my responsibility. This is something that I have to do. And we oftentimes don't ask for, support or guidance, because we feel like we have to tackle it all on our own. So that's definitely something important to do. So I'm glad you said ask questions, ask for support.
That's a mind thing too, because a lot of growing up, a lot of times we were told you have to do this on your own. Don't ask for help. Don't ask, and I know at least I was in certain, people in my life would say that. And so in my mind, I thought that, I had to figure everything out. Don't ask, then you feel ashamed because you don't know the answer. But in all actuality, not asking and sitting back and not knowing
is more detrimental to you.
That's what's crazy and silly.
Exactly.
Not asking. And
then you learn, a lot of things will be easier for you in life if you just asked versus having to figure it out on your own. It's like that saying, well, would you rather touch the hot stove or learn from others who touch the hot stove? Now, some of us have to touch the hot stove because that's how, we're built. Like, some of us
me
have to touch the hot stove and, get burnt a little bit. And then, no, okay, I'm not going to go that route again. But then there are other times, or even if you are that person, there's still times where, don't touch the hot stove. You could just see it. Okay.
Exactly. No,
you can feel the heat before you arrive. You know what I mean? So both of those are really great ways at trying to figure out how to juggle your life and the things that you desire.
Yeah, and another thing that worked for me too, I just had to become more organized. So when it came down to my bills, when it came down to me, being a mom, when it came down to me having to work, scheduling, time management is huge.
Hey,
that is
I like that.
Because that's important. Time management. And so a lot of people went to college. Some schools you went to might even taught you in high school. But if you really weren't taught time management, you have to you end up teaching yourself from being late and being denied, or not being able to make the deadline and failing.
Right.
So that was something I had to work on. So that's something to think about when
definitely
wanting to learn to pursue, because a lot of people ask, I'm sure they've asked you that too, as far as like being an author, because you have to like take that time out. So
absolutely.
And working.
Right. So time management is definitely one. I do want to add, because it's great. I promote time management. You have to get on a schedule of some sort. Some work better under pressure, like myself. Like, I am really good under pressure. Like, I think that's like when
they say pressure
bust pipes.
Or polish the diamond or something.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, that's what it is. So boom, that's why shining bright.
But what I would say in regards to juggling and not fumbling, set your priorities.
No.
And so, there are things that are absolutely required for you to maintain your household, such as you have to work to pay your bills. So, that's something that can't go away at that point. You have to be a parent, so making sure that you take the ample time enough. If you want to go back to school, it's a question of, okay, especially now, there's so many different ways that we can get degrees in advance. Like, is it best for me to do the evening classes once or twice a week, or is it better for me to go online? And there's a lot of things for you to consider. How do you learn? Are you even technology savvy? Do you even have the time to be in a classroom? Or are you going to be successful online? So those are things that you think about. I know for me, I am happy to be able to say that I was able to work and go to school and be a single mom and achieve, not just my master's degree, but, I had my son in high school, so he was on my hip at my high school graduation. He was there at my AA degree. He was there at my bachelor's degree. So, from my life consisted of always juggling multiple tasks, because I've been on my own since I was 17 years old. So,
right.
You have to figure that out. But what I want to say to everyone is, you don't get the manual of parenthood and being a mother. It's like something that you learn along the way. And so for me, there is, even though I have all these successes, thank God, but if there was something that I could do different that I would want others to learn from me, is that the parenting part. Because oftentimes I justified not having enough time to do certain things because I was making a better life for him, like for school. So there were times where I didn't go do things like, he went to Disney World, but I didn't take him. But I made sure he went. But those were moments and memories that are priceless that I didn't have with him. And so I justified that as, I'm getting this degree because I want to make sure we don't live in the hood, and I want to make sure I can have him a nice Christmas, and I want to make sure that I show him that education is important. But some of the things that were even more priceless and important to him that he needed, I feel like I missed those marks. So make sure when you do juggle, and we're going to go into a break, but make sure that as you're juggling, you really remember the priorities. And it's important to be able to take your child to basketball practice and a basketball game, not, the coach always picking them up and things like that. So
that was definitely needed. So I'm sure our viewers out there felt that and took heed to that. I know I did. Me having little kids. So I know that we're going to go on to a break. And thank you all so much for tuning in, and stay tuned. And we want to give our sponsors a big shout out.
Yeah. So Journey Pure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And one more.
And Retreat Premier Addiction Treatment Centers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sponsoring and supporting us. Yes. You're tuned into WPSN99.com, and that's the Problem Solving Network. I'm JoJo Knows.
And I am Constance B.
And we'll be right back.
Yes.
And we're back, y'all. While Constance B is breaking it down for us.
Yes.
I'm
the lemon squeeze.
And the lemon squeeze. Yes. Okay, let's rewind. You're tuned into your host, JoJo Knows.
And Constance B.
And we are listening to the Lemon Squeeze Show here on WPSN99.com, and we are the Problem Solving Network. We were just speaking on Juggle, Not Fumble, in regards to tackling your everyday lives, such as work, such as being a mother, such as being a wife, and in addition to that, having these dreams and aspirations that you want. And how do you juggle them all? Because we deserve them all, so hey, going into that, or where we just left off from, what do you say in regards to some people aren't going to come with you along the way?
Oh man. And that is something that I struggled with, when I was a little bit younger, because you think that, we're besties, we're going to go
forever and ever.
Yeah. And so, and you guys, have that bond, but in life, people change, which is fine. That's something that I had to learn, that people change, and that's okay, because they're changing for hopefully the better for themselves, and you have to do the same. It doesn't.
Right.
So I used to have to honestly just ask, because I'm a prayer. So I used to have to really ask to be able to allow a person to leave out of my life and be okay with that, and not stress or worry behind it. So that was something I had to deal with. But then once I actually moved past that stage in life and realized that every, different seasons of your life, there's going to be all types of people that come into your life. And some people are there. I used to love the way my aunt used to say it. Some people are in your life like sandpaper. Okay. They're there to smoothen you out, and then they leave. And it's not because you guys had a disagreement, or, you were arguing about anything. It was just their time to go. And some people I've noticed get real angry with the person that's have moved on, and they're like bitter, and they, this person left me, and I just don't see it that way. I look at it as, no, it was
a seasonal. So I always say people come in your life for a season or a lifetime, but there's always a reason. And so even when relationships end, friendships end, that are, in tragic, bad, like I always still take the good out of, whatever came out of that relationship. So there was something that I experienced, that I learned, that I grew from while you were there. There was a purpose for you at that time.
Right.
And so that's something I always remember. You said it got easier. I could relate to when I was younger, it was more detrimental when a friend, a relationship ends. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Or someone does you wrong, which
you're
is the
just
same
so
thing.
Angry
like,
about it.
With your friends, who you thought was your friends, or they were your friends during the time, and then they do you wrong, and you become angry and stuff. After you're able to put aside the emotions of it and then really truly look at everything that happened and dissect it, like, you truly can grow from those experiences.
And that's what it's about. It's a lesson. Each person that comes in your life, it's all, you're learning from them, they're learning from you, and the experience is something new, something different that can take you, when you're 5 years later, you could find yourself in a situation and you think back strangely what you learned from Tasha 10 years ago.
Right. And you handle it differently because of, that experience that you had back then.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just, like you say, look at it in a positive manner, and not looking at it as, they did me wrong.
Let the emotions out, though. Like, if you're mad, it's okay. Be mad. If you're hurt, it's okay. Be hurt. Cry. Cuss them out. Let it out. Don't hold all that stuff in. And then afterwards, then take a seat back. Really take a look at it as a whole, because there was some good that came out of that situation. Every situation, there's some good that comes out, even if it's just a lesson. So not everyone is going to come with you. Period, point blank. You're on different paths. Some people come in your life for whatever reasons, but not all your friends are going to come.
I have a quick experience, too, that I've had like that. It was someone who I wanted to go. We both wanted to go into business with each other. And
a friend?
Well, it was more of a mentor, But yeah, so we were going to go into business together. And before we actually really started the business, it started to get real, shaky. And we both realized, okay, we're not going to go into this together. We're not going to go into this business together. We're better off how we are. And Is no love lost, is no, bitterness. We just have an understanding of the place we are in each other's lives. Our roles. Exactly.
Then that's good.
And you have to now I think that's important.
No, it's really important. And then there's some people who, good for you that you experienced that and then go through the whole business partnership and stuff. There are some people who actually go that route and then it doesn't go well and then you're all angry at the world and your decisions, but you also learn from that as well, as far as, hey, business partnerships aren't good with people, or, if you did it again, you put it on paper like you were supposed to from the beginning, or, there's little things that you learn from those experiences that make you even better. I know I lost a couple friends along the way and it's hurtful. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's a change, but it is what it is.
It's all for the better.
And
you wish them well.
When they want to leave or not to be all spiritual, but I know for me personally and my higher power, God always, if someone's supposed to remove from my life, there's been times where I've been hard-headed, where I would, be trying to hold on, and he'd have to, just
that's why
kick him out of my life.
That's why I said I had to actually really pray for that, because that was me. When someone wanted to go, because of other past issues, we all have our little issues and things, and I would honestly feel no, I don't want you to go. With relationship, partnership, that's how, the feelings I felt back then. So I was like, I realized that I needed to become stronger in that department. And so I'm like, okay, I can't do this by myself.
Allow the release to happen.
Yeah. So I need to just, some higher guidance on this. And, but it's all good once you get past that point.
No, absolutely.
Once you're past that, it's good.
It is all good.
Yeah.
Because whoever's not supposed to be there, what I learned, or like I said, with my favor, that they're removed anyhow. And the truth of the matter is, if they're meant to be in your life, sometimes it's just for that season, because people come back around. If they're supposed to remain in your life or come back in the future, then they'll reappear again. But just at that point, for whatever reason, they're not supposed to be a part of that process or that season that you're in. And you just really have to allow that, because people can hinder.
You took it right out of my mouth. I was
your
growth,
that. Right?
You will hinder your own growth
by holding on to people. And I know for me, I'm that type of person. Because the road I took, I've come a long ways, and so I have a wide range of different friendships. I have ratchet friends, I got ghetto friends, I have corporate friends, I have religious friends. And so I'm the type of person, I want to just take everybody with me, and we just kumbaya. If you ever go into one of my events, you might see somebody with gold teeth, and then you might see somebody with a shampoo on. It's a all kinds of different cultures and places people are in their lives, and I just want to take everyone with me. But the reality is you can't, and unless you want to stay where you are.
And that's definitely not a good place to be at.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to conquer and experience everything that you are in this lifetime. And so
that's the
you
goal,
have to be willing to rock, move, shift, and so everybody's not going to come with you. And you're going to have distractions.
Oh, my goodness.
Distractions are huge when you are focused and want something more out of life. It's that's when distractions come the hardest. I cannot tell you how many times I was tested with, especially being young, the club, a party, or time to travel, and I had a midterm, or I had whatever responsibilities or assignments that I had for school.
Right.
And you have to choose. It's kind of difficult sometimes. Yeah, but how bad do you want it?
Exactly. What's more important? What's going to get you to that next level? What's going to get you to that accomplishment? What's going to get you to that position? That's the focus on it.
Well, you all, juggle, not fumble. How bad do you want it? I think that's a great way to close with our topic, because it's at the end of the day, it's all up to you to, forget the distractions, make the sacrifice. And if the people aren't supposed to be in that season, let them go. Y'all know what time it is.
Yes.
CB's Inspiration.
I love this part of our show.
Yes.
So CB's Inspiration today. Today is a brand new day. My past does not define me. My future is mine to create. And because we were obviously all created, we were created to create and create our own path in our own way. And that's just my belief.
I love it.
Yes.
Your past does not define you.
No, your
if
past
only it
does
did.
not.
Whew.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be a mess.
It does not. And you know, when I was like thinking about this, and I said I wanted to make sure that I said, as far as your past does not define you, but your past does have
you're going
a
somewhere.
whole lot to do with who you are and the way you are. You know, it doesn't define you, but it does have some shaping, you know.
I mean,
into your
scars become your stripes.
Oh,
so
I love that.
You know, like they don't go away. You know, you can't remove them, but they're huge as far as like where life takes you, the things, the outcomes, everything. So I definitely love and truly believe like your past does not define you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving into Wonder Woman of the Week.
Yes, our Wonder Woman of the Week.
I know that's right. We don't even need any music. I think I was gonna do Jaws. Dun-dun. Isn't that Jaws? Dun-dun-dun.
Or Freddy Cougar or somebody. That was it.
Oh gosh, well no, I'm totally off, y'all. Let me get back to what I do know. And the Wonder Woman of the Week, my Wonder Woman of the Week. This woman is so amazing. I love her to pieces. She has 3 girls. Like she works. She has ambition. She has all these dreams and aspirations. And she just posted, if you all are following her on social media, as well as Lemon Squeeze posted her as well, her book has come in. And so my Wonder Woman of the Week is my partner, Constance B. You're so amazing. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. And I know this is not normal for our Wonder Woman of the Week, but can we take this moment for you to share a little bit about your book and let us know when we're going to be able to purchase it? And she brought it today for me to see it.
Hope you guys can see it. Oh, my goodness. But, you know, I'm like beyond stoked. Like,
if you cry, it's okay.
I have been, oh, my gosh. I think I'm teared out. Like, like 4 years is how long the process was for me to actually birth this baby.
I know that's right.
And in between those 4 years, like I've grown so much, and I used to this has taught me a lot of patience. I wanted it to happen the day after I started writing.
Right.
Then the next year came. But what I learned now that I look back over those 4 years is that the process, I needed to go through some different things to be able to actually stand tall and believe what is inside of this book and what happened and accept it as my truth.
I know that's right. Can you handle your truth, girl?
Because you know, accepting your truth is, especially when your truth isn't this, you know,
beautiful
palace.
Yes.
You know, you try to run from it and you try to hide from it, but it only just stalks you and it just stays with you because you haven't released. And so that's what this book did for me. It allowed me to just release so I can move forward and grow and be at a much more peaceful place. I've made peace, and you know, that's what I want my readers to get from this book. Not like, oh, you know, reading it and thinking, oh my gosh, oh, and you know, but that, wow, you know, she made peace, so I can make peace. And no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you accepted, no matter what you allowed, you know, forgiveness for yourself is forgiveness within self is very important.
Yes, it is.
And I had to forgive myself for a lot of things that I did to myself and allow myself to compromise with, to just settle. You know, I had to forgive myself. And so I just want the fathers to read this book because I want father and daughter and father and child connection to just be a great example to the world for the next generation, how the fathers should treat the daughters. And then, you know, for daughters or children, period, that have gone through things with the parents that they haven't forgiven their parents yet for. You know, our parents are just like us. They're not perfect.
Right.
And they don't They didn't come. We didn't come with a manual. They didn't come with a manual. We're all learning each other, and they make mistakes, and it's things that they really regret. Now, communicating with your parent. I just want to bring family back together, and I want this book to do that in many ways, just by understanding how broken, I was, and all I wanted was just that love, from my father, so that's what this book stands for. It stands for love. And, I have to tell you, and I've told you before, but I want to tell you while we're on camera, on air, that your book is what the Diary of Anne Frank is the book that first opened my eyes.
Okay.
That was like when I was in school. But when I seen you really write a book and become an author after what I know you since I was a teenage girl. I think I was like,
all my dirty secrets.
I wasn't even driving yet. I think I was 13, 14.
No, I was driving you.
Yeah. And knowing, I was like, oh, Johanna did that. I can do that too. So I want the same thing for my book for other young women, the next generation, to say, wow, Constance been through a lot, but she managed to tell her story, write a book, and I want to do the same thing, and I want to help people. So, yes. I don't get emotional.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying too. My nose is probably pink.
Oh gosh, but I want all our viewers to know that the Lemon Squeeze, we are going to have, I'm pulling this into existence. We are going to have a huge book signing.
Yes.
And people are going to get to come and really get to talk to us. And this is going to come. This is going to happen.
Absolutely.
We're going to inspire some other potential published authors.
Right. To write their books. Write your story.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I am so proud of you. I love you to pieces. This book is going to touch so many lives and do so many things that you have no idea right now. And so I'm excited that here we are. I remember when you first said that I'm going to write this book. I remember when you were frustrated with writing this book. I remember when you were finished with this book and editing this book. And so just to see you, it's your time, and the world is ready, and so are you. So I'm just excited for you all. We will definitely be letting you all know where, when, how to get Silence Her No More.
Yes, and that's very soon. So if you guys aren't following me on social media, make sure I just started a new public page because I was so full and over full, and so I'm like, you know what? No, I'm done with this. And plus, everything is starting new. This is a new season. I look around the world and I see all the different, natural disasters and how people were pushed from what they known all their lives and having to relocate. Yes. It's a new season. It's time for change. And so I said, you know what? I'm not going to hold on to this. I've had that Facebook page
forever
since I think Facebook started.
Right.
So it's time for a whole new revamp. And so if you have Facebook, go to Constance Burrell. And it's the public figure page, and like it, follow it, and you'll find all the updates about anything to do with me.
Yes. And, we'll be posting it on Instagram. I'll be posting on all my pages, from JoJo Knows to JoJo Brown to JoJo Knows Brown.
Yes.
And Lemon Squeeze will have it as well. So.
Yes.
And that's what the Lemon Squeeze show is about. It's about squeezing those lemons and making lemonade. And this is a making lemonade moment. And so I'm just so happy.
Me too. Can I do a happy dance?
Yes. Let me do it with you. Hey. We're going to go on a break. So, y'all already know, I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And I am your co-host, Constance B.
And this is the Lemon Squeeze Show.
Yes.
And you're tuned into WPSN99.com. And remember, this is the Problem Solving Network where we solve problems.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
I'm so proud of you.
Talking about love, talking about love and happy, yeah. Talking about love.
wasn't B flat this time. Hey, you all, we're back. Lemon Squeeze Show, and I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And I am your co-host, Constance B.
And you know you're tuned into WPSN99.com, and we're the Problem Solving Network.
Yes.
Shout out to our sponsors again.
Yes.
Journey Pure.
Journey Pure and the Retreat Premier Addiction Treatment Center.
So you know what when you hear that sound means, right? We're talking about love and relationships. And so this week's topic is the man of your dreams, right?
Right.
The man of your dreams, but the sex is bad and he has a twinkle, twinkle, little star. What does a woman do?
Oh, my gosh.
What is a woman to do?
So we're really going there. We're going there.
We're going there because this is real life.
It is real life. It is real. But you know what? I have to say this, right? So if you are
I don't know what you're about to say.
It's not a problem for you if you are a woman who doesn't really care for pressure. So, you know, if you don't care for
What?
if you don't then
No, I get what you're saying.
Then it's not a major problem. But, you know, if you like to feel, but then you know what? If you have a man who is comfortable and with himself and he understands because you are letting him know, and you guys go to the sex store and you go and you pick out
the pump.
No, a toy.
No.
A dildo. There are guys that use it. I mean, can I say that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Of course. I'm still trying to figure out the pressure part.
That's the voice. That the voice comes in.
That is the voice. That's Louis, our producer.
Shout out to Louis.
Yes, we love you.
But so I'm like, I think that's cool. Like if you guys have that open relationship where you really do love him, he's an awesome man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great provider. You know, if he has kids, you know, he take care of the kids. And he knows how to work with what he's got, and then he's comfortable with going and getting a toy. I think that's fine.
We have a fence today. We have a fence today, y'all. We haven't been on the fence in a while. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with going to the sex store, fantasy store with your boo. I definitely support it, promote it, you know, handle it. Yes. You're supposed to have, you know, extreme intimacy. If you are even religious, the Song of Solomon is all about sex in the Bible. I learned that when I was older. So that means that, you know, it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Even for you religious people who try to act like, you know, you're all conservative and stuff. You know, get your freak on. So, but to be honest with you, I think that it's a deal breaker if it's an issue for you. And I say that because a lot of women will try to justify the fact that, oh, he got a little one, or he doesn't, you know, sexually do it for me. I can't feel the pressure. And because he's everything else so perfect, then they call themselves saying, okay, I'm just going to, you know, make it work. But then a year, 2 years later, you know, they're still unhappy sexually. And sex, it plays a major role in relationships. So if the sex chemistry sucks, that is not the man of your dreams. I'm sorry. Like, that means that there's another man out there who has the same qualities as well as, you know, daddy long legs. Or, you know what I mean? Like, bottom line. And I think that's what happens. We think like, oh my gosh, he's so perfect. But that doesn't mean that he was perfectly made for you. You know,
that's
you
true.
might be
I believe that. That's why you're right. It's the fence day. Because I'm
Come on over here.
It's a fence day. So, you know, no, like for me, you know, I like pressure. So, you know, but I think it's okay if, you know,
you don't.
If you
because not everyone wants pressure.
Store and, you know, you guys made it work. I mean, I'm fine with
that too. I'm not fine with, okay, I'm getting a bigger dildo because yours is small. Like, and I don't think any man would be down with that either.
It is men that are just
no. I would feel some type of way. Let me tell y'all something. I like to keep it real. I was dating this man. I was about to go deeper, but everybody knows. So I was dating this man, and literally, like, you know, one thing you don't do, let me just say this. Don't ask a woman a question that you don't want the answer to, because he had the nerve to ask me, Like, was he big? His size.
For you.
And my thing is, like, what you was born with. You've been working with that thing all your life. It's been in the locker room with you. And I know guys don't want to admit, but y'all get naked and stuff in the locker room. So y'all know, like, if you got a little something, or you a little,
and
the
phone
short.
is right here in your hand nowadays. You can just look in.
Right, but like, even if, it's not about being gay and all that stuff, like, you have looked to the right at your homeboy and saw if he was bigger than you or smaller than you through grade school. I personally think, I'm not a boy, but where I'm going with it is, don't ask. Yeah. Like, I heard some boys, like, they take out rulers and, like, say, like, hey, who's the biggest? I don't know, I mean, girls do different things. But what I'm trying to say is, like, don't ask a question if you don't want to answer. So he asked me, and I had to keep it real, like, but you're a little small down there. And one day I came home from work, and on my laptop I got on it, and he had pumps
priced out. He was looking for a price. He was
looking for pumps.
Oh, like looking for a tire for a car.
And so, right, Google. So, like, for some women that might be okay. Like, and so that's where I was going with it. Like, if you're okay with exploring that, having that conversation, and he's open to pumping it up. Or even,
I don't even know if that works. Does that work?
I don't know, because I'm not down with, like,
I've heard
don't tell me you're getting a pump. You know what I mean? Like, if you pumped it up, like, go to the restroom like you had to go tinkle or something, and I don't know. It's like an air tire. I have no idea. But don't tell me, like, we're not going to pump it up together. Like, heck no. Well, I don't got that issue no more. But I'm just saying, like, no. So. Oh,
my gosh.
I can't imagine. But now you also can get enlargement, like cosmetic surgery.
Oh, well, I actually, years ago, had a client that
did it.
And a client as in I do a nursing assistant. So I had a client.
Oh, you had a client, like, yeah, please make that clear. Thank you in the back page.
So, girl, Constance B, busting it out.
Silence her no more. you gonna go viral. We want her to go viral anyway, but she was not on back page. Thank you for clarifying.
But yeah, so but it stayed that way, and he was like, but he had this done. I mean, this guy was like, mid-70s.
He had it done?
He had it. No.
I mean, I'm about to say, Papa was a Rolling Stone.
So, but I'm just saying it just stayed. It just stayed.
Well, it wouldn't disappear.
No, it just stayed on hard.
Oh, that's different. That's like a Viagra gone bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, if you talk about it, just know that there are, what do you call it? Precautions. Just like in anything else,
Yeah.
You get breast augmentation. You might have a lopsided titty. Same thing goes.
And I was just gonna say that, and some people, I think pumping it. I just don't know I want to know if that works. I just want to know.
You want to do a survey?
Yeah, we should have did a survey because I really want to know if
Hey, listen, we got to bring this back.
Yeah,
because now we're out of time.
Yeah, and I need answers, so we got to come back.
So you guys, listen, the show was great as usual. You're tuning into the Lemon Squeeze. I just want to say to you all, hey, juggle, not fumble. If you have these desires, go after them. Don't let your children stop you. But at the same time, remember, they are your children. You made them, and really set your priorities so that you can do it all. Remember, your past does not define you.
No, it doesn't.
And you can have and accomplish anything no matter what. Mm-hmm. And then last but not least, if he's the man of your dreams, he gonna have the full package. He gonna have the Peter Wacker, the size that you wanted, the perfect fit, and it's gonna feel as good as ever because that is your man of your dreams. He has to have it all.
I received this.
Right. So see you. We are the Lemon Squeeze Show, and I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And I am your co-host, Constance B. And you're tuned in to WPSN99.com, Problem Solving Network.
Hey, don't forget, her book's coming out.
Yes, and thanks to our sponsors.
See you.
Silence her no more.
We love you.
Make it happen.
Hey.
Chase those dreams.
And
believe in
y'all
yourself.
who don't mind, pump it up.
I want to know, does it work?
We're going to do a survey.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't think. You think
don't be in my DMs telling me about your problem, about your pumping, though. I don't want to know it then.
Come on now. Yeah, but no, you think they're going to keep it real?
I think, yeah.
We're going to have no answers for the survey.
That's what JoJo knows. Come back tomorrow.
And Constance B.
You're going to need a bigger boat. Anyone else with a comment?
Our reward is that justice has been done.